Socio-Technic Evolution kind of birthed from when Sage was 6, my oldest daughter was 6. I asked her what she wanted for her birthday, and I was thinking Barbie, whatever. That's what I was picturing, and she said iPod, and I was like, iPod? You're
Really?
6. But the fact that she pictured an iPod being a thing she would want to just use was just like, wow, you know. Because when I was 6, it was like Transformers.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
hands down, like duh. And that's how I interacted with my world, you know. And so, you know, I really could see that changed. Her childhood is changed, and the technology really did it.
Yeah.
Made that change, facilitated that change, and that was it. That was the catalyst. I think I came up with the idea for this sculpture that week. I was almost asleep, and I came up with the idea. So the concept of socio-technic evolution is that technology changes the way Western culture interacts with its world. And I was thinking, what could I use as a symbol to represent Western culture that couldn't be easily argued by, you know, the academics.
Right.
So I picked Greek and Roman, either iconic images or existing Greek sculpture as the symbol for Western culture. The first in the series was Pan with his iPod, and we talked about that. So his, you know, the Greek god Pan would have been playing the flute, you know, in the woods, listening to music, and then so I removed the flute and added the iPod so that the context has changed, but he's still listening to music. Sleeping Gamer is it's based on the sleeping satyr from antiquity. Mine, you know, he's wearing shorts and he's asleep, just like the old one, but he's holding a PlayStation controller. The Greek's sculpture was, it was a very like sexually charged piece. He was gonna wake up and, you know, whoever he saw was gonna get it, and so I converted that energy, you know. Zeus with his iPhone, it's about 3/4 life size, and so he's on his iPhone, and it's called Calling Down the Thunder, because it's, you know, that it's supposed to be kind of lame and childish and cliche. Definitely, it's a cliche. There was a writer who wrote that. He was like, even Zeus has an iPhone. I was like, yes. Good call. Good call. So the last one is Atlas, which is actually my favorite. It's life size, and he's holding up a giant iPod. I'd almost been convinced to use a GPS, but because, you know, then it's the world, but it's not recognizable enough. You know, there isn't a GPS that's like
visually iconic.
Yeah, that the people look at and go, it's a GPS. People look at it and go like, is he holding up a TV or something? Like, what is it? You know, an iPod is just so iconic. Some people will say that's negative. They see that as negative. Personally, I don't think I see it as negative, but I don't want to make that judgment call. That's not part of this body of work. I don't want to talk about consumerism. I don't want to talk about that part of it, you know. And I think as Warhol would have done if he were here right now, he wouldn't have waited as long as I had. He'd have been all over iPod. Like, as soon as stock got above like $20 or something, he would have been right on it, you know. The people who I think this work represents, like he said, Apple fans, or people that's who it's kind of about, you know. And so they're the ones that are responding to it like individually, and I think that even is kind of talking about technology, because before, I think that the art critics and those people out there maybe 50 years ago, they would have been the ones to look at it, review it, and then send it down the line to the people who it's about, and then they would look at it and read it in the newspaper and go, hey, this is about me, this is cool. Which really, this has just skipped all that, and it's gone straight to the people that are fans of it. When someone else would use the word kitsch when they saw this piece, and I was like, yeah, no, I can handle that. If the imagery, though, makes people connect with it, like you may look at it and go, oh great, another figure, and then see the iPod and go, wait a minute, that's kind of cool, and see the intention, realize what I'm trying to say, wow, that's great, you know. To me, I was just super stoked that people resonated with it, you know. Because that's honest. It's what it is. It's just art, and it's about our world, and the people who it is about saw it and loved it, and it doesn't get any better than that for an artist. For me as an artist, you know, I love that.